Behind the Iron Curtain, USSR Olympians built elite muscle without a single weight machine, using 5 bodyweight secrets the Western fitness world never adopted. From movements that spike muscle fiber recruitment by 40% to holds that forge shoulder stability most lifters will never develop. Each method represents a different pillar of functional strength. We start with the one that turns a simple push-up into a unilateral powerhouse. Number 1. The archer push-up transforms a basic floor exercise into a test of unilateral strength and raw muscle control. With hands set wide, one planted firmly, the other sliding out for balance, the body becomes a living lever, forcing nearly all your weight onto one side. Each rep demands a lateral shift, driving the working arm and pec to bear the load while the opposite side stabilizes. Soviet-inspired coaches called this special strength, the art of isolating force not with iron, but with leverage and discipline. Unlike standard push-ups where effort splits evenly, this movement claims up to a 40% boost in muscle fiber recruitment for the chest and triceps. That means deeper motor unit activation and a burn that rivals heavy bench work without a single plate or barbell. The secret is in the mechanics. As the chest lowers, the scapula retracts and the core locks down, stabilizing the entire chain. Typical programming calls for 3 to 5 sets of 6 to 12 repetitions per arm, with strict form and a slow, controlled descent. This is not just a push-up variation. It is a gateway into the Soviet philosophy of using the body's own mass and leverage to build muscle that is not just for show, but for function and resilience. In the Red Army's playbook, mastery of the archer push-up laid the foundation for every other pressing feat to come. In second place, the elevated pike push-up becomes a crucible for shoulder strength, demanding total body control in the classic inverted V stance. With hips driven skyward and feet perched on a box or bench, the body forms a sharp angle, forcing the hands to press from a steeper, almost vertical path. This setup isn't just for show. Raising the feet shifts the load forward, spiking demand on the deltoids and rotator cuff while stripping away the stability of a fixed machine. Soviet coaches prized this variation for its ability to light up the shoulder girdle, claiming up to 35% more stabilizer activation compared to strict overhead presses on a machine. The reason is simple. Every rep recruits not just the prime movers, but the deep muscles that control scapular depression and keep the joint packed tight against the threat of collapse. Technique is non-negotiable. Hands set wider than shoulder width, elbows tracking naturally, each descent is slow and deliberate. Nose dropping between the hands, scapula pulled down and back, core braced to prevent the hips from sagging. Progression comes from increasing elevation and narrowing the hand position, ratcheting up the vertical load as strength builds. Sets run 3 to 4 rounds of 8 to 15 reps, with rest just long enough to keep the shoulders burning but not collapsing. The payoff is real. This movement forges pressing power that translates to handstands, Olympic lifts, and any athletic task demanding overhead force. In the Soviet system, pike push-ups weren't a warm-up. They were a test of shoulder integrity, building the foundation for the lower body challenges that follow. Third on our list, the pistol squat progression stands as the ultimate test of single-leg power and control. This isn't just a party trick, it's a blueprint for building dense quads, iron glutes, and bulletproof knees without touching a barbell. The movement begins with assistance, lowering onto a box, gripping a post, or using a resistance band for counterbalance. Each rep demands deep knee flexion, forcing the ankle to dorsiflex far beyond what most gym routines ever touch. That full range of motion, hip below knee, heel flat, chest tall, unlocks joint torque at angles where muscle and tendon are forged under real-world stress. Soviet athletes drilled these progressions not for aesthetics, but for raw leg strength and the kind of stability that survives on the mat or the battlefield. Box-assisted squats become band-assisted, Then, slow eccentric lowers until the body masters gravity on one leg. Only then does the full pistol emerge, a controlled descent, the free leg floating forward, core braced, arms outstretched for balance. The payoff is a surge in functional mass, quads and glutes thickening from repeated exposure to deep tension, stabilizers firing with every wobble and correction. Sets run 3 to 5 rounds of 5 to 10 reps per leg, with each rep a battle for perfect form. This is how the Soviets built the warrior physique, not with stacks of plates, but with relentless, disciplined mastery of their own body weight, one leg at a time. Number 4. The slow negative pull-up carves thickness into the back through a single, ruthless principle. Control the descent, and you control the growth. Soviet trainers hammered this lesson home. It is not the pull to the bar, but the fight against gravity on the way down that forges muscle. Each rep begins with a powerful jump or an assist to get the chin above the bar. Then the real work starts, a 3 to 5 second lowering phase, elbows tracking tight, scapulae retracting, lats and upper back straining to resist the drop. This slow eccentric overload tears into muscle fibers, maximizing time under tension and triggering the kind of hypertrophy that machines cannot match. Physiology backs it up. Eccentric contractions create more micro-trauma than concentric lifts, forcing the body to rebuild with denser, stronger tissue. Soviet protocols called for 4 to 6 sets of 3 to 8 reps, each rep a battle of will, with 90 seconds rest, enough to recover, never enough to coast. Band-assisted negatives open the door for beginners, but the rule never changes. 3 to 5 seconds, no cheating, no freefall. Over weeks, the back thickens, grip hardens, and pulling power climbs, laying the foundation for advanced inverted holds and handstand work. In the Soviet system, slow negative pull-ups were not just a test of strength, they were a rite of passage, demanding discipline, precision, and a willingness to grind through controlled damage. For anyone seeking real muscle, the message is simple. Slow the descent, and the back will follow. And finally, in first place, the wall walk and handstand hold progression stands as the apex of Soviet-inspired muscle mastery. Here, the journey turns upside down, literally. Each wall walk begins at the floor, chest pressed to the ground, hands braced, feet climbing the wall inch by inch. As the body rises, wrists and shoulders brace for a flood of tension, demanding every fiber in the rotator cuff and scapular stabilizers to fire in concert. Soviet-era coaches saw inversion not as a trick, but as a crucible for tendon strength and joint integrity. Modern EMG studies echo the principle. Inverted isometrics like these can trigger up to 50% surge in shoulder stabilizer activation compared to standard presses or planks, a leap that no weight machine can match. The protocol is as unforgiving as it is effective. 4 to 6 sets of 10 to 30-second holds, with the goal of progressing to a strict wall-facing handstand. Every second under tension forges not just deltoids and traps, but the deep core and wrist flexors that anchor real-world strength. Core bracing is non-negotiable. Squeeze the glutes, pull the ribs down, lock the elbows. For beginners, partial walks or elevated pike holds build the foundation. As strength grows, the wall walk becomes a controlled ascent, culminating in a full handstand hold, shoulders stacked, body rigid, breath controlled. This is where tendon stiffness and isometric adaptation take root, channeling force through every link in the chain. With the wall walk and handstand hold, the Soviet system comes full circle. Unilateral loading, vertical pressing, deep range of motion, and eccentric control all converge in a single inverted challenge. The result is more than muscle. It is a body conditioned for resilience, stability, and total control. In the playbook of Soviet physical culture, mastery of the wall walk wasn't just the end of a program. It was proof that with discipline and grit, the body itself becomes the ultimate weight. Across all 5 movements, one pattern stands out. Mastery of your own body creates relentless muscle and real-world strength. These aren't just exercises. They are a discipline forged in hardship, demanding control and intent. In a world obsessed with machines, the human body remains the ultimate tool for building power.